Welcome to a new video. In this video we are going to talk about the top 5 radar detectors. If you are searching for this type of video, then you are at the right place. Let's get into the video. We review the best radar detectors out now and run down what you need to know to pick the right one for you. Before we dive in, we suggest you do a little research about radar detectors and their technology. Even the simplest products in the category require education in some basic vocabulary. To reach the full potential of your new detector, you'll have to know your K-band from your Ka band and whether you're driving through a state where you should enable X-band. Further, you should think about what sort of features you're looking for, from highway mode to a red light camera alert to directional alerts. 5. Uniden DFR7. And now for something completely familiar. At the risk of being repetitive, the best budget radar detector available today is yet another offering from the folks at Uniden. The DFR7 initially went on sale in 2016, and despite repeated price drops, it continues to receive firmware updates from Uniden and remains a strong performer, even when pitted against some of the best detectors on the market. In addition to the standard X, K and Ka radar bands, the DFR7 detects laser. GPS is built into this unit and provides the benefits of low-speed muting to reduce false alerts as well as manual marking of up to 100 lockouts and speed camera alerts. Information is displayed on a monochrome OLED display and voice alerts are available as well. By all accounts, false alert filtering in the Uniden DFR7 is excellent and will keep the detector from alarming every time a blind spot monitoring system is in the vicinity. Radar detection range is impressive as well and performs especially well on the 34.7 GHz frequency of the Ka band, according to Vortex Radar. 4. Uniden R3. If you have less to spend but still want best-in-class performance, the Uniden R3 is Roadshow's detector of choice. Sharing many of the same internals as the runner-up pick, the R3 was Uniden's top performer before the R7 showed up, and it remains an impressive package. The biggest differences from this unit's big brother are a lack of directional guidance and a less robust, if still impressive, detection range. As to the latter, the R3 still beats some competitors sold for nearly twice the price, including big hitters from Redenso and Escort. The absence of directional arrows is not surprising in this price class, and certainly not a deal breaker. 3. Escort Redline 360C. If budget isn't in your vocabulary, you simply can't go wrong with the Escort Redline 360C. This beast of a radar detector has no interest in aping the black box aesthetic of its top-of-the-line competition. Instead, it's stylish with interesting contours and it's a hefty bit of machinery to boot. It mounts to the windshield using a magnet attachment point that's as powerful and secure as it is easy to decouple when you want to store the device away from prying eyes. Getting the basics out of the way, the Redline 360C detects all the common radar bands and adds multi-radar to that as well as laser. Like the Valentine One and the Uniden R7, the Escort radar detector is directional and features 4 LED arrows around the front perimeter of the device that indicate whether signals are coming from the front, sides, or rear. 2. Uniden R7. The Uniden R7 may just make you do a double take. Its black, angular design answers the question of what the Valentine One would look like if it had sprung for an OLED screen. In truth, it's a dead heat between these two detectors, and depending on your needs, the R7 may just be the one to get. This laser detector comes with built-in GPS, voice alert, red light cameras and speed camera alerts. In terms of range, the V1G2 and the R7 are neck and neck. In independent tests performed by Vortex Radar, the alert distance varied by only 200 to 300 feet between the two detectors, with Uniden's offering occasionally winning out, depending on the band and configuration. Both outclassed the majority of contenders by a wide margin. Like our favorite pick on this list, the R7 offers directional arrows to indicate where radar hits are coming from. In this case, the arrows are rendered on a small color display, which is slightly hooded from direct sunlight. In addition to the typical radar bands, X, K and Ka, the Uniden R7 can detect the newer multi-radar variant as well as laser. Voice alerts are also on offer here, as are configurable alert tones for the different bands. Set alerts to notify you to speed zones, speed traps, construction zones and school zones. As with other high-end detectors, the R7 claims undetectability from certain radar detectors, RDDs, specifically the Spectre I and IV. 1. Valentine One Gen2. At first glance, you'd be forgiven for thinking the Valentine One Generation 2 was a gadget from a bygone era. With its matte black, slab-sided industrial design, conspicuous lack of buttons and, yes, even a segmented LED readout instead of a full-color OLED display, it looks like it could have been hanging from your sun visor since the early 90s. But that's sort of the point. This Gen 2 device has been a long time coming, the first all-new upgrade to the legendary Valentine One product line in nearly 30 years. If you know the classic Valentine One, made famous by its game-changing directional radar detection, then you know exactly what you're looking at when you see Generation 2. Valentine actually calls its device a radar locator because when it picks up a signal from X, K, Ka or laser, one of three prominent directional arrows lights up to indicate whether the radar signal is coming from ahead, beside, or behind. If you enjoy this video, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.